Hi guys, I have something very sweet to show you. Miss Ellie had a baby. You heard me right. Just one baby. And he looks just like her. Isn't he so cute? Can Mom see your baby? Mom see. Let's show our friends. He loves to be held like this, guys. Isn't he so precious? I named him Solo. Yeah, his tongue's hanging out. um, I named him Solo, and JT asked if he could add Hans on front of it, so he's Han Solo. And I don't think I ever even heard of a dog having one puppy, but since then, you're a good mommy. After much Googling and stuff, I figured out that they're called Singleton puppies, and it can cause all kinds of problems. For starters, there's, I think large breeds have 10 teats and small breeds have 8. So she's got all this extra milk, and it was causing her to have mastitis. So that's a ordeal that's been going on all week, but I think we got it all under control. Baby seems okay, but man, Ellie's needed some attention too because it's okay. She's been having her calcium levels very low, so I've been having to give her Tums to make up for that. And man, when their calcium gets low, guys, it is the weirdest thing. If my sister wasn't knowledgeable, I would have had no idea what to do. I probably would have lost her. But it causes extremely odd behavior. Not only like whining, but she tries to fit under furniture that she can't fit under, and she'll cram under it, and then she can't get back out. And rooting under piles of covers, and just very odd behavior, almost like panicking. But I think we worked through it all. She's got all of her little friends in here. Yeah, she has lots of babies. You have lots of babies, and she brought her ball in. Mom didn't put that in there. And the reason I put all her little babies in there is because another problem apparently with Singleton puppies is they get cold a lot because they don't have their litter mates to cuddle with. So I just put all of her furry things in here, and he nestles in them. Sometimes he tries to nurse on them, but it gives him something to cuddle up next to. So anywho, I'm gonna go, and I'll be back with the chat. Hi guys, long time no see again. How are you? I am well. Been hiding from the heat. So humid. I just can't get used to it. It's so draining. You're a little bit crooked. Much better. So guys, sorry. So to what's been going on the farm. Ellie had her puppy, her one little Singleton puppy. Apparently, that's what they're called when your dog only has one puppy. They're Singleton puppies. Never even heard of that until I went to Google a little bit and it popped right up. So, like I said in that one clip, it causes a lot of problems, but I think we're through the worst of it. I'm sure the puppy will be fine. If anything was to happen bad, it would probably be I could possibly still lose Ellie. Um, and I'm sure some of you are saying, well, why don't you take her to the vet? Well, first of all, it was on a Sunday, and I have no idea where the vet is. We don't have any extra money right now. I'm sure if she was dying, I could get my hands on money to take her to a vet, but if I can learn how to self-treat certain problems that arise with my animals, I'm going to do that, because in all reality, you don't always have access to a veterinarian. So, don't judge me. So I'm going to try to do this myself and with the help of my friends and family. And so far, Mom and Baby are doing fine. He's absolutely precious. I named him Solo, and JT asked if he could add Han on the front of it. So I said, of course. That's adorable. So he's Han Solo. I'm not sure what I'll do with him yet. He's so beautifully marked that I could get really good money out of him. Enough money to possibly buy another breeder female. I mean, a part of me wants to keep him because, well, I had 2 litters out of Ava, and I didn't keep any thinking I would get more, and I never got more. So Ava's too old to breed, and I probably will have to have her put down probably before spring, guys. Her back legs are giving out on her, and I know she looks fine in videos, but if you walk behind her, you'll see the wobble in her legs and the weakness in them. And I don't like to keep a dog so long that they're miserable. So I've had to have 2 other dogs put down before. I had a chow mix one time, and the coyotes got her. She was 11 years old. And the vet said if they would have killed her, they would have ate her. But she made it home, and we found her in a bad way, and we took her to the vet. And by the time we got to the vet, she was going paralyzed because they had bit her in her spine. So we had her put down. And then I had got a shepherd one time, beautiful retired breeder shepherd. And he was a wonderful dog. But his, same thing, the hip dysplasia or whatever it's called. So when he got to where he couldn't get up on his own, I just went ahead and had him put down. So I'm thinking this is my last year with Ava. I'm not even sure she'll be able to get around in the snow once we have deep snow. So in all reality, I know I'll probably have to have her put down before the dead of winter. But we'll see, guys. If I can get her to improve, I'll keep her, but I don't want her suffering. I'd rather just let her go than let her suffer. She has been my protection and my guardian angel for 10 years. And it's going to break my heart, but I'm a big girl, and I know when time it's time. I know when it's time. So, enough about the dogs. Max got kicked by the donkey tonight. I'm always telling him, don't let the dogs run amok. And they don't really listen. And some of you might not know this, but a lot of you probably do. The reason farmers usually keep a donkey in the herd is because they are known for kicking and stomping coyotes to death. So why would you let your dog around them? But it happened, and I'm sure he won't go around her again. And he's fine. So that's all the dog news. My sister's coming from California with her whole family to visit. They're going to come, I think, just for a day visit, passing through. So that's exciting. I've been trying to get things ready for them. It's kind of nice, when you got people stop by. Because you tend to get in a rut when you're just by yourself, and you don't maybe keep things as straightened up as you would. And I've been wanting to get it straightened up better and better organized anyway. So perfect reason. Family coming. So I've been busy with that, busy with what few plants have survived this horrible growing summer. Mary Janes are very stunted, but they are starting to bud. That's awesome. Still getting bell peppers. I just started our cold weather plants. Got broccoli sprouting up. And I'm keeping all this stuff in pots, guys, because it's not going out in the garden. It'll be either indoors with an artificial light or in the greenhouse if we get it set up. So, I've been wanting to do a specific video about our lifestyle because technically we're not off-grid, but we live in so many ways like we are off-grid that I don't even quite know how to title it. The cabin is set up with wiring, so it can be wired, but we don't have power to it. So technically, I guess it's an off-grid cabin, but we ran power cord out so we can charge our phones and run our fan. Put a little AC in on a heavy-duty cord, but that thing can't keep up. Cannot keep up. So it's nice in the mornings. House is nice and cool, but by noonish, a little after noon, it's just so hot that we just turn it off and put the fans in the door and open the doors, front door, back door, get a cross breeze. So really, I could totally be off-grid if I didn't have to charge my phone and have a fan. That's all I really need. So I'm not sure we're even going to have him run the power to it. If we need to, we will. But so, off-grid, not off-grid. The bathroom situation. We have, I told you I'm hardcore. I ain't no prissy girl. I can take a shower and put on nice clothes and go to town and nobody would ever know I'm so hardcore. But in all reality, I am hardcore and there's not a real prissy bone in my body. So I just roll with it, We have bucket bathroom, which has to be dealt with quite often. We just use liners, dispose of it properly. Won't get into detail about that. There's no need, but we don't just run around crapping in the woods or anything, guys. Keep it clean, keep it natural. Dispose of it properly. I do want to start collecting the sawdust because we got permission to build an actual outhouse. And I've been wanting to build an outhouse for 5 months. And we just been waiting to find out when and where and get materials and did all of the above. So we're going to make an actual outhouse. I'm so excited, guys. So excited. just to have a little privacy. And I watched some homesteading videos, ladies, and they have the most badass looking outhouses. Like, if you didn't know it was an outhouse, you'd think it was just a little tiny cabin. Um, so I'm excited. I get that. We get to build that. Bob told us to go ahead and build a deck off the back of the cabin. That's going to be great because I'll have somewhere to do my dishes that's not in the sun. Because I have to wait until dark to do my dishes, guys. We don't have sink. It's a very nice cabin. And Bob's offered to put more, I don't know what you call them, but of those things in. But I'm not in a big rush for that. I want to get the feel of the place. I want to figure out where I would want that. And if he possibly is going to get another farm and we're going to go with, I don't want to pour a lot of time into making it the way I would want it, you know? I mean, if he wants to wire it and put that stuff in so that it's more, brings more to the property, which we did talk about that, so I'm willing to fix stuff up even if we leave. But as far as what JT and I need and my son, we're so low maintenance. We don't need all that fancy stuff. So that's been going on. My son's still doing great, loves it. I don't know, guys. Like I always say, I wish you could just ask me questions. Because it's hard for me to think of what other people might want to know about the way we live and stuff. But, oh, I told you I was working on that, the cooking area in the shop. I think I told you that. And that guy had left it kind of, I mean, it was kind of organized, but it wasn't, it was just stuff on the shelves. And I didn't go in there until recently, so I didn't know. And I went in there and I organized it all and stacked all the canned veggies together, all the instant potatoes together, all of the sides, like the rice packets and stuff, and noodle packets that you get, like the Liptons, and put all the flour and baking stuff on one shelf, all the seasonings on another. And I picked up a bag of rice the other day, and I'm like, I don't really cook brown rice. I like it, but... And I picked it up, and I'm like, well, I didn't remember it having spots in it. Like, I looked closer, and it had freaking bugs in it, guys. I've heard of those bugs that get in your flour and your rice. I've never had them, never seen them. And I looked close, and I'm like, holy crap, like, they're in there, and they're, like, alive and moving. I was like, fuck, so what do I do? Fucking, like, I mean, obviously, you would say throw it away, but I looked closely, and I found 22 pounds of rice with bugs in it. One was a 10-pound bag, and the rest were 1 and 2 pound bags. 22 pounds of rice with bugs in it, and 2 pounds of lentils with bugs in it. So I was going to throw them away, and then I was like, no, the chickens can eat that stuff, you know, and probably even enjoy the bugs in it. And so what we did is JT's got an iron stomach. He just opened them all and put them in a barrel with a lid. And probably the bugs will suffocate. But either way, it's still chicken food. You know, you never know when you might have, I don't know, road construction or be snowed in for 3 or 4 days, and you might not be able to get what you need. So I said, let's just set that aside. And if we ever need it for the animals because we can't get to town, then we'll give it to them. So that's what I did with those. I always say, if you give your leftovers or your bad food, and I don't mean bad as in rotten, I just mean things that are no longer fit for humans to eat. If you feed those to your animals, it's not really going to waste, you know? Especially when our chickens are giving us the most beautiful, rich, orange-looking eggs. Like the yolk looks like a perfect sun, like sunrise or sunset. They're just nothing like the store egg yolks. So, your animals give back. So it's not wasted if you give it to your animals. And so then I went through all the other stuff. Everything else is good. So I got all that out of there, cleaned all the shelves. I've been doing all my cooking out there. It's just too hot to come out here. I want to come out and do another cooking meal and make some coffee, but I can't handle the heat, even in the shade. Like, this is the time of night I do stuff. I do my dishes outdoors. One of these days I'll show you that setup. Pretty simple, really. Just drag my water hose with the sprayer on over. I fill my tub with bleach. The water's even hot. I mean, when I fill them, I fill it with the water hose that's been out in the sun, and it's hot. Put them in there with soap and bleach. Leave them to soak, and then when it gets nice like this, I go out and I wash them. I also put bleach in my rinse water. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's what I do. So, yeah, and it works great. And then I have another bin that I just line a towel in, and I put all my dishes in upside down to dry and drain in there. Like I said, I mean, we're about as off-grid as you can get, other than fans and phone chargers. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys was, I don't know if I already told you in another video that I saw a bear here. It's the first bear I've ever seen in my life. And if I did already tell you this, I'm sorry. It's hard to remember. He was running down the side of the road. And he was big. And he got confused and scared. He didn't know, to go left or to go right. So he's just running down the blacktop. And then he darted off to the right. And as we were going by, I saw him stand up, put his front paws on the barbed wire fence, and push down, and then spring up with his back legs. And he was over and gone over that fence so fast it was scary. I mean, I've seen bears running in the movies, but you don't really realize until you see it with your own eyes. Those son of bitches can haul ass, guys. Haul ass. No way could you get away. Never heard of any bear attacks in Missouri that I know of. So, I'm not scared. I don't venture out very far by myself. And I can't count on Ava to keep it distracted long enough for me to get away, because it'd have her down in a hurry and be after me. But oh, let's listen to the coyotes. That creeps me out, though. I can't believe none of our dogs are barking. I'm sorry if you can't see my eyes, guys. There I am. Yeah, I do get creeped out by the coyotes. I know they don't bother humans either, but still, like I said, they got a dog of ours. Caught her off in the woods by herself. So, I don't like them. In fact, some of you already know this from earlier videos, but the coyotes actually stole my Yorkie about 8 years ago. I'd had him for 5 years. I paid $580 for him. He was the only dog I ever paid sales tax on. she's like, oh, the pups are $500. And I went to pay her the $500, and she's like, and there's $80 tax. And I just looked at her. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I'm doing everything official now. And I'm like, whatever. You know, I already wanted him, so I threw her the $580. Had him several years. One of my most beloved pets ever, Frankie. And took him to Washington with me, and he sneaked out while we were unloading groceries, and I don't think he was out there more than 10 minutes, and mosquitoes are biting me, guys. And they snatched him up, and I had to hear him yelping and screeching until he got out of earshot. It was horrible. So they owe me a coyote skin for a rug, and I will have it someday. So I got my shotgun, guys. My grandpa's 410. Be my son's great-grandpa, so he'll get that gun. And that was exciting. My dad finally let me have it. So I got it here, and Bob wants us to learn to shoot soon. Kind of scared and kind of excited about that. I think that's all, guys. Holy crap, 21 freaking minutes, 22 minutes. I gotta go, guys. I miss you. Love you. I'll see you soon.